Here at the 2014 Groundwater Expo with the Standard Bearer Award winner, Beverly Herzog. Congratulations, first of all.
Thank you.
Tell us what is a Standard Bearer and what does this award mean to you?
The Standard Bearer, we have a program of Standard Bearers, and the Standard Bearer means that you're willing to work on legislative issues, or government issues, be they legislation, talking to your legislators, lobbying Congress, or at the local level, and also reviewing legislation, reviewing proposed rules, making sure that what the federal government imposes on the industry is realistic, good science behind it,
right,
and isn't too hard, or isn't too, I can't think of the right word. That's
yeah, just difficult to.
Yeah, that it's unreasonable,
right,
and just wouldn't be good for business.
Right. So for you, what was it about that particular aspect of this industry and the association that appealed to you? Because there are many different things. Folks from all different backgrounds do many different things with the Groundwater Association and this industry. What about being a standard bearer and being that voice appealed to you?
I'm a political junkie.
Are you?
I mean, I watch way too many news shows.
Right.
Now, I was going to major in political science at one time, or at least minor in it, and so I just love politics.
It just came easy to you.
It was easy to me.
Right, and I would think that aspect of this work, I'm sure it's quite tough. For one thing, it's difficult. I would think that kind of the campaigning, the working. It wasn't for you.
No, I love it.
Really?
I love it. It's my favorite job that I ever did for NGWA. So the award means a lot because I was chair of government affairs for a couple of years. I was the first woman and the first scientist to have that position. So it was nice to be entrusted with it. Past presidents really grilled me to see if I knew my stuff, and were impressed that I did, that I understood the issues, and I just love it. So it doesn't come hard for me at all. Right. It makes sense to me, and what I like about it is it makes a difference.
Right, yeah.
One story I would love to tell is several years ago we were going for a tax credit for heat pumps.
Okay.
And I lived in the country at the time, and we were putting in a ground source heat pump in my house. And we went to the fly-in, and we talked about heat pump issues. That was one of our issues that year, because it was being treated like any other energy efficient thing, which gave you very little. I think it was a maximum of about $300 credit, which wasn't going to convince anybody to put in a heat pump.
Right.
They averaged 20 grand. So we met with Senator Durbin's office, and by a weird circumstance, the rest of my delegation didn't get a message of when we were meeting with him, so I met alone, and he always has a science person that's a science fellow either from Argonne or Fermilab, so they understand science, they get it, which is always fun. Anyway, so we did the normal thing, going through our stuff, and you never know how much it's going to resonate or what's going to happen, but about a month later, which happened to be the day after we got our estimate, I get a call from Senator Durbin's office saying, you were here a while back talking to us about heat pumps. And I said, yeah. I said, now, I just got a call from a constituent and I couldn't really answer it. Can you tell me what you told me again? So I told him everything. I had the NGWA staff member send him things, and he said, well, how much does one of these things cost? And I said, I had an estimate yesterday, and I told him how much it was, and it was high because I had a house that had hot water heat, so we needed ductwork in addition. So the estimate was $35,000.
Wow.
And he said, $35,000? And I said, yes. And he said, $35,000? And I said, yes. He said, that's why $300 isn't going to convince anybody to put this in.
Right.
So we think it should be treated like renewable energy, which was a 30% tax credit. And he said, oh, that's interesting. You're right. That wouldn't convince anybody. And I can't prove that this happened, but the following January, this would have been in 2009, or 2008. In 2009, when the stimulus bill came out, that's where the heat pump came in.
Really?
And I can't prove that made it happen, but I think it helped.
That sounds like more than a coincidence, for sure. Yeah.
Right.
Well, that's awesome. Well, congratulations.
So, you make a difference doing the government affairs stuff. You really do.
Yeah, a proud standard bearer for Groundwater and the Association, Beverly Herzog. Congratulations once again. She is the Standard Bearer Award here at the 2014 Groundwater Expo.